Hey guys, Razorblade Mango here, and this is a little bit of an impromptu video because I had no idea that Gwent, the open beta for it, was going to be on PS4 today. So I downloaded it, I've been playing it for a couple of hours, and I actually just wanted to... I really don't have a much desire to show gameplay right now because I'm pretty terrible, but and that could be improved with the cards that I get. But today I want to talk about the in-game currency that you get and the microtransactions that are in it, and also open up some of the cards that I've gotten, or some of the kegs that they've come into. No, this channel is not going to turn into a let's open 50 Witcher kegs. It's not going to turn into that, because I don't like doing that. But given, you know, I've gone on about microtransactions in games before, and I've mentioned that I think they're fine in free games, which to my knowledge this is going to be a free game when it comes out, but that could very well change given if it makes a lot of money for CD Projekt Red. So without further ado, let's dive into it. For it being an open public beta, I haven't had any issues with it so far, which is a good sign, considering that a lot of the betas out there come with, you know, server issues and like bugs like deleted progress, not properly getting you the items that you want, that you pay, you know, real money for. Yep, that's me, which is unacceptable for a game that's a beta that's asking for money. Now, I'm not sure how, like, if the prices are going to change later on. I've heard that if you bought cards on the PC version, like, you'll get your money back in, I think, like, either the ore that you get or the meteorite powder. So let's actually talk about what kind of currency we're talking about in this game. So let's go to the card shop. So I love this guy too, by the way. So basically the deal with this is very similar to what Hearthstone does, that Elder Scrolls card game. So basically, if you only want one keg, as they're called, you only need 100 ore, and you get a fair amount of ore by, you know, finishing online matches, because right now there's only just the casual match, and you got to unlock that at rank 10, which I'm probably not going to do, and I really don't have much desire to go to ranked matches. I just like the casual stuff. So you get that, depending on, of course, if you win or lose, you get a certain amount of ore, and also you do it via these challenges, which some of them have been really tough. Like, I've gone against this guy like 6 times, and it always comes down to the very last round, and he just kicks my ass with some cheap ass shit. And I don't know if it is, you know, me that just sucks. It probably is, or if they've added some kind of like sneaky little progression blocker in there, but it shouldn't be. I don't think that's the case, because I've managed to beat these 3 guys, and I got the Radovid leader card, and I'm on the next area with the Northern Realms deck. So it could just be me, or I'm not playing with the right deck. But you've got let's see, 30 different challenges so far here, and this one was worth 25, or these first 2 are worth 25. These 2, the one that's blocked off and this one, are worth 50, and this is ore, by the way. And if you manage to get to the end of both of these challenges, you can compete for a leader card. Like I said, like I have Radovid, and then later on I'll get Henselt if I manage to beat these next 2 guys. And then Skellige, you get King Bran, you get Harold the Cripple, and you just have to finish all these different things. Now, each first challenge will get you 25 ore, so that's 50. And one keg, where you'll get a certain amount of cards, is worth 100. So all you have to do is just complete these two, and you're like halfway there, which I think is, you know, pretty reasonable for a free game. And then that's not the only one. Like, if you do this, you'll basically at 75, and then you'll get the card, and then you just do that. Bam! 1, 2, 3. You've got 1 keg. And then there's counting another 50 from that, and then the leader card. Which, if you want to just do these challenges, you can actually get a pretty decent, you know, amount of cards for you not paying a dime, which is pretty cool, and something that I wish more free-to-play games would do. And of course, this being CD Projekt Red, I have higher hopes for them not trying to fuck with their currency or fuck with their audience. In fact, the items that are being, you know, sold right now for these prices, sometimes I'm probably going to expect them to go down every now and then, which, in fact, like these, I think, like these prices, I don't think are fairly. That thing just farted at me. These prices, they're a little, maybe a tiny bit too steep, just a little bit, but they're not like Drawn to Death, where I think those prices were ridiculous for a game you have to pay $20 for. But I think these could be just a little bit toned down, just a tiny bit. And there's actually also another form of currency that you can get, which are called meteorite powder. And basically, those, you cannot get those outside of paying money. You have to. And meteorite power will let you create cards, and it will let you, as it says at the bottom, transmute these cards and make them into like premium versions, which there are premium versions of cards. So as you can see from the top right, I don't have any meteorite powder. Like I said, you can only get them, I think, either by paying or by completing the reward system, which this also has a reward system. Right now, I'm only at level 2, and these are all randomly generated based on what you can get. So for completing 2 rounds for me, I won 15 ore, or I won a little bit of the other like crystal stuff that you've got, and it just goes on and on and on. And same thing here. You get scraps. And scraps are another thing. Scraps are where, if you want to, say, make a card. Let's go into the collection. So you've got basically 3 currencies so far. You've got the ore, which is used to buy cards. You've got the meteorites, the meteorite powder, which is used to transmute cards into certain areas to make them premium, like I said. And then you've also got, and I already just forgot the name and I was just looking at it, you've got, what the hell is it called? No, go to level, scraps, there we go. So scraps are used, let me go back, scraps are used to make cards. So if you see a card you like, you have to have a certain amount of scrap for it. Like, let's go to the monsters deck. So let's go to a bronze card. Oops. Say that I want this guy, a Wild Hunt Rider. I would need 30 scraps, and then if I want to transmute them, I need 100 ore. Oh, I'm sorry, 100 of the meteorite powder. So there are set currency bases in here for what you can and cannot get. And it's very much a situation where I guess you could call it pay to win. I think that's a fair argument to make. However, I don't think it is pay to win, because these currencies are not directly creating a, you know, an advantage in battle. Like, each character starts out with, every time you log in, you start out with 4 gold cards and a certain amount of silver cards and a certain amount of bronze cards. So you've got like the base deck. And I've already gone against people that are like level 10, level 11, and I've beaten them with the base deck that I have. In fact, I have, you know, a very, you know, basic deck with just the stuff in it, just the basics. And I actually just called it, you know, my first deck or something like that. Where the hell did I put it? There it is, my first deck. So let's take a look at it. So you've got, you can do maximum 40 cards, minimum has to be 25, and you'll get 25 cards like right off the bat. So already, this is without spending a dime, this is without grinding for anything. I've already got 4 gold cards in there. Right there, boom. You get Triss, who's very good. Geralt, who's awesome. Everyone uses Geralt. Philippa is one of my favorites. And Royal Decree is very, very useful because you can just immediately play one of these guys from your deck. And like the rules in the original, you know, incarnation of this in The Witcher 3, they cannot be harmed. So these are like super ultra powerful guys. But the rules have been changed from the game. Whereas in the game, you're just fighting AI opponents. And if you manage to get a deck that's like filled with gold cards, you can just spam your opponent into submission, which is what I did when, because I like on my second playthrough of The Witcher 3, that's when I really got into Gwent, and that's when I just made it my mission to go all around the like Skellige and like all these other places just to get all the cards and just whoop everybody's asses. But you can't do that in this multiplayer game because it's basically you're limited to 4 cards and you're limited to 6 silver cards. You can have as many bronze cards as you want, but they're not going to be anywhere near as useful as the gold and silver cards are. So with that being said, let's go open up some kegs and see what I get, because this is going to be a short video because I actually want to get back to playing this. I can't, you know, guarantee whether or not that I'll have an actual video of this out by, you know, whenever the beta ends or whatever, but for now I'm hoping like this is a placeholder. So let's purchase 2. So I have 200, and that's from completing the challenges and fighting opponents. Not just challenges, but like actual human opponents. Some of them were pretty tough. Also, a cool thing about this game too is that you can send your opponent, you know, a good game, and the good game comes in the form of 15 ore. So if you go against an opponent that's generous, you will earn 15 ore, just like that. And that's awesome. Like again, that encourages goodwill in the community, that encourages people to help out each other because you're getting rewarded for being cool. And I love it. I love this feeling of like altruism that comes like shining throughout this game. It's awesome. And also I really like the progression system. Again, I'll get to the kegs in a moment, but the progression systems are based on, you know, rounds 1, at least for today it is, where it's these like daily reward systems. I don't know what they're going to be, but if you won, like I've won 6 rounds so far, and you get quite a bit from that. Like you get 100 ore, which will get you a card pack like right there. And then if you win more of them, you get more stuff, and it just goes on and on and on, and it's cool. And then of course levels, you get all this cool shit, which leveling up is actually not too bad. Like I actually got to level 2 in a relatively short amount of time. I think it only took me like 2 or 3 matches to do it against AI opponents. You won't level up or get the daily rewards if you just do the challenges. If you just go against the AI opponents, it's not going to count towards that. You know, free game, actually free, fair enough. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. And if you want to get into ranked, of course, this will be like a ridiculous amount of rewards. You get, like, look at that, Grandmaster. That's incredible. Look at all that. Seasons, all these rewards, all this good shit. Love it. Good shit. But obviously I can't participate in the ranked because I'm not level 10 yet. But who knows? Might be a reality someday. Alright, so let's open up my 5 kegs and see what happens with this. Yes, I do. And I like the animation on this as well. Just roar. Ta-da! Alright, so this is, let's see. Good. Summon all copies of this unit. Well, that's the only one that I have, so that's not particularly great. 3 adjacent. That's good. Like that. Ooh! Nice! So even then, just got a legendary card right there. I guess that's a thing where I never expected to get a legendary, but okay. And Zoltan's a great character from the game. That's cool. Alright, and then it also lets you choose, like Hearthstone, like Elder Scrolls, a 5th card that you can get. So what do I want? Whenever this card is discarded, destroy it, resurrect it, weaken it? No. Weaken a unit by 3 or destroy an ambush unit? No. Move 2 bronze spying enemies to your side. That could actually be very useful, so I'm gonna do that. That's useful. So you get 5 cards right there. And most of them are actually really good. I like the Zoltan one and the Chelak one particularly. And Thunderbolt is good too. Alright, on to the next one. Oh, so it's not just one per... Alright, so you can get multiple cards for the same faction. Okay. Alright, strengthen self by 1, strengthen unit by 2. Okay. Summon this unit immediately after is mulliganed. Okay. Strengthen self by 1, damage 3 units by 1. That's okay. Berserker, Marauder, strengthen self by 1 for each damaged enemy, including golds, and damage self by 1. Oh. Not the best, but it's okay. Ooh, Fowler. Yes. Yep, I need that card. Draw 2 cards, keep gold, keep 1, shuffle the... Yep, that works. Because even though it's 11, this will get you to your opponent's side. So if you manage to have one of these at the beginning of the match, you can actually like get extra cards and then intentionally lose the round. So that way you'll have extra cards and your opponent will be stuck with like an 11 monster that they'll know not what to do with. So that's not bad. All right, third one. And I love the thing that this guy does, the troll. He's great. I already love him. Longship, damage. It's okay. Gwent sign. Choose a unit in your hand. Give all copies of it in your hand in a deck. A shield and boost them. Yeah, but I don't have. I don't think I have multiple copies of a unit in any of my decks so far. Or I might. Clad, Trodark, Armorsmith. Strength self by 3. Deploy. Heal 3 units to the left. Ooh, that's useful. And there's... What's the silver? Oh, I think that might be the rare one. Reveal a card. Oh, okay, that's pretty good. Alright, let's take a look at these. Wild Hunt. Whenever you reveal a card, boost this unit by 1, wherever it is. Strengthen self by 1, boost this unit by 1, wherever it is, wherever it is, discard a unit. I'm gonna go with Wild Hunt Hound. I can never have too many of these guys. These guys, especially if you're using a monster deck, if you summon Biting Frost, like that is extremely beneficial to your monster deck. All right, fourth one. Monster, cool. Reaver Hunter, boost all copies of this unit by 1. But I don't have any copies of it. Trio. I don't... it's okay. Nice. Gwent sign, I already have that. Griffin, I think I have that. And Wild Hunt Warrior, I already have that. So, a lot of duplicates this round. Ooh, what's this? Summon all copies of this unit. Trigger the ability of a spying enemy, ambassador, or emissary. Destroy an ally, spawn a bear. What's a bear? I'm gonna go with that. Alright, and on to the final keg. Let's see what I got. Revealed 4. Okay, good. A little bit more evenly this time. Clan and War Chief. Strengthen self by 1. Boost 2 boost 3 damage units to the left by half their power. Effort, weaken self by 2. I don't like a lot of those cards that weaken itself. That's not really crazy. So, monster, drowner, move a unit to this row. Oh, cool. That's good.
Wow.
Fog is good.
Nice.
I already have that. Alright, let's see what the final cards are. Toggle a unit's resistance. Play a random bronze card. Transform into Raging Bear. Play a random bronze weather card from your deck. That is extremely useful. I'm going to use that. Alright. So that, all 5 shops, all 5 kegs, and then I can just take them to, and keep that in mind. Those 5 that I got those from maybe, let's see, maybe 3 hours of play. 2 to 3 hours. And that's like, if I had kept going with, if I had done more actual human opponents, I probably could have gotten more, because you do get more ore doing these. And they're like quick matches, and if you win rounds, you get more, and it's a good cycle that they've got going with this game. And I get that, this is, even though it's a beta and it's a free-to-play game, they still got to make money and blah, blah, blah. But this is one of those situations where I think what they're doing here is actually really good. Like, I like so far the currency bit that they've got going with this. It's actually really encourages me to want to play more, because I know there's a lot more options out there for actually getting stuff. Like, if I don't want to play against an AI opponent, I've got the casual match. If I don't want to play against a human opponent, I've actually got, the challenges. And right now, just during the beta, these are like the only things. But from what I've heard from CD Projekt Red is that there's actually going to be like a full-on campaign in this, like I guess what Elder Scrolls Legends does, which is really cool. And sky's the limit for this game so far. And for a beta, this is actually really good. Like, this is a lot of fun. So if they release this year and it's like this so far, and I end up liking it even more, it could be a cream of the crop 2017 contender. So that's impressive for a free-to-play game like this. But it's CD Projekt Red, and CD Projekt Red are amazing when it comes to consumer value and consumer friendliness. They're great. I love them. I love supporting them. And hell, once the final game comes out, if it manages to like entertain me with the amount of stuff that it can do for free, I might honestly be willing to like kick a couple bucks its way for some stuff. Like, I don't mind buying microtransactions for free games, as long as I feel like the free game is worth the time and money I'm putting into it. Like, if it's really fun without spending any money. And so far, I think really only 2 games have done that for me, because I don't really play a lot of free games, are like Fallout Shelter, which I have spent money on before, and now Gwent, Witcher card game, which I am really tempted to spend money for once the final game comes out. I don't really want to buy stuff when it's just a beta. I don't really want to do that. But nevertheless, that is Gwent, the Witcher card game. Yeah, it's really good. If you have it, I think it's on Xbox, PC, and PS4. So if you have any of those, I highly recommend going to download this, particularly if you loved The Witcher 3 as much as I did. So yeah, that's Gwent, the Witcher card game. Available for free in its public beta form, and there's no NDA on it, so you are free to share all this stuff as much as you can. And thank you, again, thank you CD Projekt Red for that. That's how you do it. Take a hint, Atlas. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. Have a good one, everyone. Take care.